Hello! It looks like I am live. Let me know if you can hear me okay, because I don't have earbuds in this time, so I don't have a microphone right by my mouth. So I'm hoping that I'm loud enough. So let me know if I'm loud enough. I do have a special guest joining me this evening.
Drum roll, please!
Claire's here. She wanted to hop on and do at least one of the reading sprints with us. So Christy's here. Hi, Christy. And Stephanie's here. And Krista's here. Hi, guys. So good to see you. Stephanie can hear us just fine. That's good. Just want to make sure because I usually use my headphones. Penny's here. Hi, Penny. How was your day today? I know Penny had a very busy day today.
No one saw that. My babushka did not just come outside.
Stephanie says hi. Oh, Courtney's here too. Yay. I haven't been able to make it to Krista's sprints in a little while because we do our date night at home, my husband and I, on Sunday nights. So sometimes I hop on, but I miss Krista. So I'm so glad Krista's here tonight. Hi, Marcy. Krista says, yay, Claire. And Rainy's here. All the cool people are here. I'm excited. Oh, Christy says hi too. Get the salute.
It's only for VIP people.
You're all VIPs. It's fine. So, how was everyone's day today? What are you planning on reading tonight? Oh, Krista, you're so sweet. Thank you. That's a heart. My sleeve is blocking it. So, what is everyone planning on reading tonight? Claire, you want to share first what you're planning on reading?
This bookmark is not because I have read some of it. I want to read out that much during the sprint.
Okay.
That's my goal.
So that is Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator, right?
Yeah.
That's a sequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. If you have not read that before, I am going to be alternating between two giant books. I am doing a page reading challenge on my Patreon this weekend, and I'm not doing well. So yay for reading sprints. It's going to help me. So I'm alternating between Words of Radiance, which looks like I'm not in at all, but I'm like 140 pages into. And also Middlemarch, which I'm not that far into either. That one is like 35 pages. So yay. So that's what Claire and I are reading. Let's see. Oh no. Oh no. Well, that's what you can be working on while we're reading, Peter. Yes, you are the VIPs.
Yeah.
Hi, Breezy. Yay. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, you're starting Way of Kings. And I'm reading the sequel tonight. That's so fun. It's not, I know it's probably scary for you because it was scary for me because it's just so big and it's very expansive, but Brandon Sanderson makes it less scary and more understandable. The Sun in the Void. I haven't heard of that. I'm intrigued just by the title, though. Let's see. Marcy's reading Yours Cheerfully. I've heard great things about Dear Mrs. Bird, but I have not read it yet. Everyone is so excited that Krista's reading Way of Kings. Courtney's reading The Blue Castle or 12 Rules for Life. Also trying to finish a writing project. What are you writing right now? Is that what? Oh, I was going to ask if that's what you're reading, but never mind. You already said that that's not what you're reading tonight. Homecoming by Kate Morton. I haven't read any Kate Morton. Heard good things, though. Penny is reading The Secret History, which I'm very intrigued by. I'm intrigued by Dark Academia, but I'm always afraid that it's gonna be too intense for me. Oh, you've read both of those. A lot of people have loved Dear Mrs. Bird. I think the first person I heard recommend it to me was Gloria Z. Thompson. Hi, Jacqueline. Oh, Preparing for Easter by C.S. Lewis. Ooh, I need to find that for next year because I read his reflections on the Psalms for Lent this year. Although I finished it, like a week early, but that's okay. Ooh, Wives and Daughters and Bakery Bump Off. Sound very different. I love it. I still haven't read Wives and Daughters. Maybe for Victober this year. Maybe. We'll see. Lots of people loving Dear Mrs. Bird. What do you think, Claire? Does Dear Mrs. Bird sound good?
I have no clue.
She has no context for what it is. It's a historical fiction, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Starting with some writing sprints and then transitioning to reading. What are you writing? Are you writing reviews or are you writing just for fun or something else? I still haven't read The Blue Castle, believe it or not. It's high on my Ellen Montgomery list, though. Dia, hi! Yay. So many fun people here. I have my tea, which I've already spilled in this beautiful mug that someone bought me for, if someone, I did like the literature fair at our co-op and someone that helped do it with me bought me this mug. It says bookmarks are for quitters. So it's fun.
I don't use bookmarks half the time.
Yeah, because you're not a quitter.
And I'm not
you read them fast.
I'm not using the bookmark because I'm quitting. It's not why I'm using it. I'm using it
as a goal for those of you who are just tuning in.
Yeah.
That's her goal, how much she would like to read. So let's see. Dia's reading Kingdom of Copper. Is that the sequel to City of Brass, I'm guessing? Are you enjoying that as much as you loved City of Brass so far? I feel like this is so normal, Kim. To hit a slump after middle grade March, you read all the good middle grade, and then you're like, now what? Now what do I even do with my life? Although I didn't have the best middle grade reading month, unfortunately. But I did read like three really good middle grades. And the rest were just kind of meh, unfortunately. A novel. Oh, okay. I had heard that you were sending that out to beta readers, but I wasn't sure if you had already finished writing it or not.
What are beta readers?
There are people who read and like test before publication, give feedback and that kind of stuff. 40% in. Well, I know that I can ask you about certain things that I avoid and be like, tell me how it was. And I know you'll be honest with me. Christy's working on her sci-fi novel, so Courtney's writing a novel and so is Christy.
Are you going to get it published?
Yes. Claire wants to know. Oh, yeah. Okay, Stephanie, you want to buddy read it whenever we get to it? I mean, maybe like this fall. The rate that we're going. Dia's got tea. What kind of tea are you drinking, Dia?
I'm feeling left out. I have no tea.
I have glazed lemon loaf is my tea that I have for tonight. So it is an adjustment, isn't it? And I feel like the writing styles are an adjustment too, because you're going from middle grade books to like sometimes adult books, and they just read so differently. I know, it's amazing. I don't think I've heard anyone say that they didn't love The Blue Castle. Most people that I've talked to say that it's their favorite or like their second favorite Ellen Montgomery, like after Anne.
Hey, so. There are comments specifically for me there I can see.
Yes.
Not on the screen yet.
Well, I'm getting to them. I'm working my way down. She's reading ahead.
They are from me.
Ooh, I love that. I need to find that for next year. I think I would love that because I read something kind of similar to that for Advent, but it was Spurgeon's writings. It was excerpts from his Christmas sermons, and it was so, so good. So I love that. You're the champion here.
And there's another one.
And Rainey says she loves your hair.
Thank you.
Gets to a certain...
Thank you so much. Like, so much.
You sound really sarcastic. Stinker. Her hair gets to a certain length and then it gets tangly and then she's just done with it and begs me to chop it. So happens once every couple of years where I chop it that short for her. You are so intrigued. That's good. Oh, I'm so glad that you didn't experience the slump after middle grade March. We'll talk details later. Maybe we should finish Middlemarch before we plan more. Maybe not. All right, Courtney says she's going to self-publish her novels. Her novel. Oh, that's cool. Why did I not know you had a collection of short stories?
I should self-publish some of my novels. They're not really novels, but I've written some books.
Claire is a writer, for sure. Lemon Ginger. So we're both lemony this evening.
I'm not.
I may. It's on Project Gutenberg too, which is helpful, so I can get it for free. Christy says that for her novel, she'll submit it to some literary agents if she ever actually finishes it. You can relate to that, can't you? She starts lots of stories and doesn't always finish them. Your favorite is Rilla of Ingleside. I've heard that one's wonderful. I've heard a couple of people say it was so emotional that they don't know if they ever want to reread it because it just was devastating. Which to me, I'm like, sign me up. I love devastating books. I don't know what that says about me. Claire and I were just talking the other night about books that made us cry. Mm-hmm. I have a lot more on my list than she does.
I definitely have a few too, though.
Oh, nice. Lots of Blue Castle love. I'm not surprised. Oh. My screen just freaked out. Hi, Jess. Jess is here too. Oops. Yeah, it does get kind of like flippy and curly. Yesterday before she took a shower, it actually was like perfectly like curled under and she didn't even do anything. So it just depends. Courtney said she would read your book.
Thank you.
You did not sound sarcastic that time. Good job.
Why, thank you.
I haven't read that one. Yeah. That one's so long. That's why I'm like, maybe I'll read it for Victober, but I'm already planning on reading Nicholas Nickleby with Dia and Kelly from Kelly Reads a Lot. And so I'm like, I feel like reading Wives and Daughters that month too might be too much. Maybe not. Felt more historical. Probably because it like follows the war more closely, right? That's my guess. Could give you some good recommendations. You haven't even read Anne? Jess, do it. Do it. You will not regret it. You'll love it. You will love Anne. The Blue Sword. Have you read The Blue Castle then? I think, no, I don't own. Is that Robin McKinley, The Blue Sword? I have like The Hero and the Crown, which I think might be the sequel to that. Marcy said someone at her church self-published some stories as a teenager, so you should do it. You should do it.
I want to do it.
The more depressing, the better. If a book makes me sob, it has deeply touched me emotionally, and it means I'm very invested, which means it was really good writing for me.
Yeah.
So, hi, Adrian. I was wondering if you were going to be here because a lot of times you pop on, but I wasn't sure if you were super busy. What are you reading tonight, or are you working on school stuff? You guys are in a good same boat. Rainy has started it. So everyone's like calling Jess out. So apparently Jess needs to read Anne of Green Gables instead of Wives and Daughters.
Yes.
Actually, everyone talks about how Anne is perfect for the fall because there's a quote that says like, I'm so glad I live in a world where there are Octobers. But honestly, Anne is a great book for spring too, because it follows like all 4 seasons and her nature writing's so good. So you haven't read Anne either? Oh, Claire. Well, Claire and I are talking about how for August I'll have a Patreon read, and then maybe Claire can choose the Patreon read because that's her birthday month. So maybe Claire should choose Anne of Green Gables since 2 people on my Patreon has never read it. You self-published too? I need to read everyone's books. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm like, these are my friends. My friends have published books.
I need to learn how to self-publish a book, or just get a book published in general. I finished a book. It's a short book, but it's a book.
Well, talk to Rainey, talk to Courtney, talk to Christy before you. We will not cancel you. If you read Anne and hated it, I would still be friends with you. I would be like, I don't get it, but I'd still be friends with you. I am devastated. Poor Stephanie. You have not read The Blue Castle. Okay. Blue sword, blue castle. You know, you think sword, you think castle, you associate the two together. I get it. Agree, Krista. Agree. Every season. You were already thinking about reading Anne in August. That might be what we have to do. It's so funny. I am stunned into silence. Stephanie is devastated. Dia is stunned into silence. I never tell people. But what if it's a rave review? What if it's like Rainey is the author of our times? What kind of a book is it, by the way? Like, what genre? I'm curious now. Stephanie, I love you so much. I love that your mind just works in GIFs, even if you can't actually post them. Because I feel like my mind works in GIFs or like Reels / TikToks, but I'm not actually on TikTok. So I watch them on Instagram. It's the same content though, published on both platforms. And my brain's just like working in those ways. So I'm glad I'm not alone with that. Christy says it can be really helpful to find a writer friend to exchange your work with. See if you can find someone who likes the same kind of books you like. I like that. And then they can read your book and give you input and tell you what they think. I wish we could too. StreamYard, get with it. A younger YA fantasy. I want to read it. Oops. Barchester Towers. And you're reading The Secret History too. That's fun because Penny's reading that also. You have lots of plans, sir. Lots of plans. How far are you in Barchester Towers? I listened to some today and I'm at 90% of the way through. And it feels kind of long to me at this point. I'm still enjoying it. It's still humorous, but it feels kind of long, if that makes sense. Great minds. Yep. BFF Stephanie. Kate would be thinking the same way if she was on here. But I didn't realize Alan had a live tonight too. That's where Kate is. Oh, you're talking about The Secret History. Yeah. Penny gave us a play-by-play. I can't remember if that was in the patron chat or if that was in like the main reading chat where she talked about like kind of what she was thinking. It is really funny. Barchester Towers is very funny. So I am still enjoying it. I've been listening to a lot of it and it's really fun to listen to just because the accents are phenomenal. So it's very funny. I'm still enjoying it. You will also have not read any Ellen Montgomery. I think you would probably like Ellen Montgomery because I don't think like Anne is kind of like girls talk about Anne all the time. But I've been talking to my husband and I'm like, man, that would be a great family read aloud because I think he would like Anne because it's really funny.
Yeah,
especially the first two. Anne of Green Gables and Anne of Avonlea are really funny. So hashtag sit with us. You can sit here even if you have not read Anne of Green Gables. This is a safe place, okay? You know, people can come on here. And who are we talking with on one of Krista's lives? A long time ago, someone was talking about how they didn't like Jane Austen at all. And all of us were like, really? Or I don't think it was Krista. Maybe it was. Someone was saying they didn't like it. And we were like, we'll still be friends with you, but we are sad. I agree. Anne is for everyone. Anne transcends age and gender and any other demographic. For some reason, those are the only two demographics I can currently think of. I know there are more, but Anne transcends. I've heard that some people, I think some people don't like, it feels like slow and drawn out for some people, and some people love it. So maybe it just depends on where you land with Dark Academia. If I'm remembering correctly, did you read The Goldfinch and you liked it? I can't remember. Maybe not. So, Anne, you can easily stop at the end of a book if you want to. You don't have to read like all 8 books, although they're good. But I know a lot of people who have only read Anne of Green Gables and never continued on. Claire, how many have you read? Have you read Anne of the Island? Did you finish that? Okay. So Claire's only read the first 3. And then from there, after a while, it goes on into like Anne's children. And the last book is Anne's daughter as an adult, I think, teenager or adult, something like that. You don't like Aunt Jane Austen. Chantal actually doesn't always like Jane Austen either. I think she likes some of her books, but like she does not like Pride and Prejudice, which is fine, you know, like that's why it's wonderful. There's so many different types of books for so many different types of people. We don't all have to like the same thing. We can still be friends, even though I feel like Ellen Montgomery, like the Anne books, and then like Jane Austen are like almost universally loved, but there are going to be people who disagree, of course. You DNF'd it. They made me more and more mad. I love it. I never regretted it. High five, Krista. Life is too short to read books that make you mad. Yeah, it is good. Save until you're not.
That's the best thing I've ever heard.
Don't stop commenting, Jess. We love you. We love you. It wasn't Krista. I thought you did. It was like 95% sure, but I was like, maybe it was Krista. I don't know. We have 160 pages left. Cool. Cool. Yes, I agree. I understand that she's not for everyone. I don't think anything is for everyone. I think there may be things that are more universal, but even then, not everyone's going to love everything. All 8 one time. I've read the first 3 more than the rest. I have not reread most of the later ones as an adult. I think so. And I don't remember anything about Rilla at all, so maybe I didn't read Rilla as a kid. I may be wrong about that one. That's fair. Well, I'm saying that's fair having never read it. It's fair to have that opinion. I'm not a fan of like contradictions in writings or like typos and that kind of stuff. I've read a good many Dark Academia books back when I read a lot of thrillers. Okay. That's fun. I like the idea of Dark Academia, but I don't know how many books I've read that actually even fall into that subgenre. I'm sure that there's some, like, I mean, Frankenstein, I guess, would be Dark Academia. Wouldn't that fall under that umbrella? And I'm sure there's some other ones, and my brain's blanking, but that's a big trend, I think, Dark Academia nowadays. So, and I know I haven't read a lot of more modern ones. You're allowed to be harsh, Adrienne. Like what you like, hate what you don't. All right, well, let's start sprinting because we've been here for a little while. I just always love chatting with you guys. It's amazing. It makes me so happy. So I always like procrastinate the actual sprinting sometimes because I'm just all caught up in the comments and it's just so fun. So I guess we'll go ahead and sprint. We'll sprint for 30 minutes, I guess. Where? Oh, there it is. Claire wanted to do the ones with the ticker thing on it. Hang on. That's not right, though. I have to edit this. So 30 minutes would put us at 25. Look at you. You had the math. I'm so proud. Okay. Do you like the little thing scrolling at the bottom? We were looking at stuff before we started. So I want to know, I need to talk to Krista about how she can put up like ambient rooms on the screen while she's on the screen. I don't know how to do that. I was trying to figure it out beforehand and I have no clue. So anyways, let's go ahead and sprint and we'll see you back in 30 minutes.
Welcome back. Except, did you ever leave?
Except, did you ever leave?
Yeah,
Did you?
I was just wondering.
How did everyone do with their reading? Let me see how many pages I read. I'm actually not sure. I'll have to check. I read like 25 pages, 2.5 chapters.
I read 75 pages.
75 pages.
11 chapters, but they're not super long chapters.
10 chapters.
Oh, technically, yeah.
Where was your bookmark? Did you pass up where you had for your goal?
Oh, by quite a bit, yeah.
By quite a bit.
I want to tell everyone about my stickers, but I can't find a good way to work it in.
Well, go ahead and tell people about your stickers. Christy will be excited.
The best thing happened to me. I got a card from Auntie Sandy that had $25 in it. And then I decided to use it to buy twice stickers. And I bought, and now on Monday, I'm going to get some of them, but I don't know when the other ones are coming. But once all the stickers are here, I will have 460 stickers. 360 of them are twice.
Twice the K-pop band.
Yeah. And they're just... Well, there's this, one that has 260 stickers. There's, a Between 1 and 2 set, a more set, and then the one for the feels.
Okay.
And then there's a butter set of 100 butter stickers. And there's a Formula of Love one. So.
Yep. She's prepared.
Yeah.
All right. Stephanie read 3% of The Sun and the Void. Kelly actually did leave. Hi, Kelly. Haven't said hi to you yet. What are you reading tonight, Kelly? 8 pages of Wives and Daughters. Hi, Lindsay. What are you reading tonight? Krista started Way of Kings and then went and used credit to get the audio. I've heard great things about the audio for Way of Kings, but I didn't use it. Because, I kind of zone out during audiobooks and there's a lot of detail, so I need to be physically reading it. So I did read Words of Radiance in this last sprint. I asked Claire which one I should start with, and she said Words of Radiance. So that's what I did. 7 pages, small writing. There's no judgment if you only read 7 pages. 7 pages is still 7 pages. But I like how you said small writing. It's like a caveat. Through 1 chapter of the Blue Castle, and you set off your beta read files. Yay, Courtney. That's the slow clap from Claire. Interruptions from the husband and the dog. It happens. It happens. Lindsay said you can just stick the stickers right into the conversation. They're sticky.
Stick.
We assume they're sticky. We haven't received
I'm not
them
even.
we hope they're sticky.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably add a couple to my poster to fill in some of the empty space. But maybe I'm just gonna, because part of the fun making my poster was experimenting with making little things and planning for positions for my stickers. That was so much fun. So
you knew that she was gonna be excited, didn't you? That's probably why she wanted to share. Not just because she was excited, because she knew Christy loves twice too. Oh yeah, Chris is wondering what you do with your stickers.
I'm mainly doing it for the collection, but I'm also going to put I have a lot of I have some empty space on my poster, so I'm probably gonna put some there.
She has a BTS poster and a Twice poster, and she's used stickers on both of those.
And
we have stickers on our laptop. BTS stickers on our laptop. Yeah. I've used some in my bullet journal that she's let me use.
I might use them for a couple here and there, for, I don't know, a water bottle. And I'm going to give some to Maddie.
Her friend.
Yeah. She listens to BTS too, so I'm going to give her some of my butter ones.
Yep. You could put some on your phone too, or one of them on your phone.
Oh, yeah.
How to Sell a Haunted House. Now, is that scary or is that funny? Because it sounds like How to Sell a Haunted House could actually be a funny book, but it might not. I know you like scary stuff more than I do, Jess. The Other Bennett Sister. What do you think of that so far? I've heard nothing but wonderful things about that, but my brain struggles with the idea of reading a retelling of that. Although I can read retellings of fairy tales, and that doesn't bother me, but Jane Austen feels different. Surviving Savannah, historical fiction from the 1800s. Ooh, I haven't heard of that one. It does sound interesting. Class Mom. I haven't heard of that one. Prologue, yeah. Yeah, there's like really, it's kind of confusing at first, honestly, because you have just so many random characters and you don't know what their significance is, but you will, at least some of them. Honestly, that sounds like a great thing to zone out to. As long as they're good. Are they good at playing the saxophone and the guitar? Because if they're not, then
that would be good.
But like that sounds like that would be lovely. Yeah, put them both together. It's a horror and deals with grief. Okay. I thought it might be because I know you like some horrors, but I feel like that could be a really good title for a funny book where they're trying to sell haunted house. It's not working out well. Makes me think of what's the name of that? The Canterbury Ghost by Oscar Wilde. Even though they're not, well, yeah, they did try to sell the house. They sold it to American people. That's what I've heard. I've heard it's so good. If I'm brave enough to read a Pride and Prejudice retelling, it will be that one. It has the characters. It so far feels like its own thing. I'm glad that they're good. Because it sounds like you have your own ambient room. Perfect. About a shipwreck. That's interesting. That sounds very interesting. Yeah. My dog is whining in the background. I hope you can't hear him. Usually I have headphones on to like block that out, but fortunately not this time. So, because then I would be blocking Claire out.
Yeah. There's not really much of a price to pay.
There's not much of a price to pay.
Small one. The mirrored camera's throwing me off.
Yeah, she's not used to having the mirrored thing being on lives. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I'm really excited for my stickers.
She is excited for her stickers. She's had a good week.
Oh yeah, I definitely have some plans for them. I'm going to like pretend that I'm like dealing out some of the stickers among my pets. They're not actually gonna get them, but I'm just going to like pretend that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend to hand out the stickers.
Well, that's good. He's being noisy. I think it's because he's locked. With the door shut, he's locked out there, and I think he wants to be in here. But if he's in here, he will probably start wrestling with his brother.
Yeah, unless it's just him.
Yeah, well, he still might. Then he'll whine because he's stuck in here.
But then we can have him up on the couch, and he can be in the live.
No, I don't let him up on the couch.
I do. So does Daddy.
Yeah. Yep, they spoil him. Little baby dog.
Yep. I can still see
he's not a baby. He's full grown at this point. And he's a lab, so he's not that tiny. Probably you've seen him in vlogs, Dexter. Yours is snort. Princess Peach.
Princess Peach, that's a cute name for a dog.
Isn't one of your other dogs like a Mario character too? Am I remembering that correctly? It's a real shipwreck. Oh yeah, because you're from Georgia. That's cool. I love being able to you're from there, but I love being able to go to places that have like historical things like that. Yoshi. Yoshi.
I love Yoshi.
And Marcy's dog is Charlie. We have a Dexter and we have a Gus, and those are our dogs. And then our cats are Winston, Heidi, and Giselle. So we have a lot of animals, which you probably know if you've seen my vlogs. because they make appearances in those.
I've decided for like a system. They're all gonna get like, well, technically they're not actually gonna get them, but like I'm pretending that they each get to choose one to get more like stickers of. Giselle's is more and more. Heidi's is between 1 and 2, and Winnie's is butter.
Hope Jess is wondering what we're reading. I am alternating between Words of Radiance and Middlemarch. So far, I've just read Words of Radiance. And Claire is reading Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator, which is the sequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
It's hilarious. There's this part with the president. He makes up like this. He's like, oh, I hate flies, and I'm gonna make a fly trap. So he's like, now see, this fly is like going to go up this ladder, and he's going to see all the sugar beneath, and he's like, oh, look, it's sugar. But then he sees the water beneath, and he's like, aha, it's a trap. And so he turns around and goes, and so he goes down like the ladder, and then the president's like, but I left the rung out, so he'll fall down and break his neck.
Yeah, that's the fly trap to kill the fly. I love the president in that.
I know, it's so funny.
Well, that's fun. I've only been to Georgia like once. It was a long time ago. I was pregnant with Claire. So Claire's technically been there, but not really. Hi! Glad to have you here. Reading sprints are fun, so it's fun to have you here. It's at Fort Pulaski. Oh. You were in a great, I almost said a great glass elevator.
Glass elevators exist in real life?
Yeah, they do.
I need to see a picture of one at some point.
It's all glass, so you can see around you and then like above and below you as you're going down.
Isn't there one of those at like the district assembly place, sort of, where you can like see going up and down?
Yeah, it was. Well, the walls are all glass, and that
like,
one I don't know if the bottom is.
The elevators go down into like water, but you don't go like actually into the water or anything.
Yeah, it's got like
it's
a
the
pond
way it's facing,
thing, like an indoor pond thing.
It's like the way it's facing. So on one side it's that, and then yeah.
It's funny. It's weird, but like Roald Dahl is weird. It's so funny because I've heard some people read The Great Glass Elevator and they're like, it's not as good as Charlie and the Chocolate Factory because it's just like, it's so weird. And I'm like, if you hadn't grown up with movies of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, you might think the same thing about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, you know? You've read Matilda and the Witches. Oh my gosh, you should read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's so good. And I like Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator as well. I like the humor in it. They go in space, so it's definitely weird, but it's good. I think Claire's probably read most of his books. I know you haven't read The Witches. Have you read all the other ones?
No.
You've read a lot of them though. She loves like some of the more obscure ones or some of her favorites. Like she loves Billy and the Min Pin, and
yeah, it might be my favorite.
She loves George's Marvelous Medicine
and the Magic Finger.
And those are ones that like no one ever talks about, but we've picked up at thrift stores over the years, so that's fun. I could see why.
Yeah.
Peter might hate them too. I don't know. He does not like heights at all. Oh, is it a science museum so you could see the mechanics? That's super cool. Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, should we do another sprint? What do you think?
Seems like we talked a lot less than last time.
Sometimes it be that way. Oh, Kelly loves Billy and the Min Pins too. That's not one that many people I hear that many people talk about. It's super short. You can get through it really fast. Yeah. One of his favorites that's really, really short that I really liked was The Enormous Crocodile. Yeah, that one has more illustrations in it, but it's not a picture book still. And also The Giraffe, the Pelly and Me. It's really cute too.
Yeah.
I liked that one. I think the only one of his that I've read that I didn't like as much is Danny, the Champion of the World. And
I haven't read that one.
It's not because it's bad. It's not. It's just not as like funny as his and like ridiculous as some of his books, it feels a little bit more like realistic, I guess, like a more serious in tone. It's still cute though, but oh, Stephanie, I'll come change your light bulbs for you. Got a box of all 16 Roald Dahl books from Outlet. Oh, that's fun. I've seen those on Book Outlet. I don't know if we have all of his books.
I don't think we own Danny and the Champion of the
Oh,
World.
no, we don't have Danny and the Champion of the World, and I know we don't have the Witches. But I think we might own all the other ones. I don't think we don't have his biographies. I've read the first one, which I think is called Boy, and I don't think I read the second one. So editing 2 scenes. Yay. What are you going to read this time, Christy, since you're switching to reading? Been very productive. Go, Christy. 2 steps add so much more height. I didn't realize you were that tall. It's kind of funny when you like see people's faces, but you don't actually see them in real life. You're taller than me. I'm not like super tall.
I'm 5 feet.
I'm slightly taller than average because I'm like 5'7", but not like abnormally tall by any means. So
imagine if you were like 10, 15 feet tall and you were afraid of heights. That would
and you're always up high.
Yeah. Your head would go through the ceiling sometimes.
I'm like tall enough that I like can reach in cabinets easily enough, and it's not a big deal. So I'm like, I like my height. Oh, Stephanie's 5'8". You're taller than maybe I would have guessed too. I just assume people are like average heights. When someone's a lot taller, a lot shorter than I think. Louise Perry. Oh, I'm so glad you're enjoying Oh Pioneer so far. That's our Patreon read for April. I haven't started it yet. I would love to finish these 2 books before I move on to other books, but that might be overly ambitious. It probably is. But Oh Pioneers is short. So, yay. So you got it back again from the library pretty quick then. And Rainy is 5 foot even. So she's the exact same height as you. Oh. I think Claire's going through a growth spurt though.
Yes,
I haven't measured her in a little bit. I love how everyone's sharing their heights. This is the most random conversation. We have great talks on these lives. It's my favorite. 5'3". I love that you use tongs to grab things. Like, why bother getting out like a chair or a stepladder when you could just use tongs? That's smart.
Yeah.
You're so smart, Lindsay. Courtney's 5'4". Yeah, that's what I would guess. Average is like around 5'4". 5'3". It just tossed. But not breakable bowls and plates, right? Penny is 5'5".
That's a good height.
Marcy's 5'4". How tall do you hope to be? Do you have a hope of how tall you might be? Do you hope to be taller than me?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. I was pumped because I'm 2 inches taller than my mom. I am the tallest girl in my family. My younger sister's an inch shorter than me, and my older sister is like 4 inches shorter than me. So she's the oldest, and she was so mad that we were taller than her. So when I was younger, I'm like, yeah, I'm the tallest girl. And now I'm like, it doesn't matter. Heights can be sketchy. Yeah, you're 6'1", so you're already used to being up higher. Yep, look at this. Look at this. We're all just sharing. This is so fun. We're so random. I love it. 5'6". Cat Girl reads is the same height as me. We're height twins. Oops, I accidentally skipped Stephanie's. Yes. Actually,
this is the best. I need to be on all of them. I don't want this conversation to ever end.
We always have random conversations. It was on one of these lives that Stephanie and I decided we were going to read Trixie Belden and Nancy Drew together because we were talking about that. So, barely 5'1".
What the?
Name that movie. Who can name this movie? We're besties if you can name it. In the 5'9" club. See, I wouldn't have guessed you're that tall. I don't know why. I just assume everyone's average height. Oh, that's fun that you guys are around the same height. There's a big difference between my older sister and then my younger sister and I. But our dad is pretty tall, and I don't know if my
Yeah.
older sister's dad is a different height. I'm not sure. Are all the same height. Oh my gosh. How did he get to be so tall? See, that was my husband's dream. He wanted to be tall, but his mom is like 5'4", 5'5", and his dad's shorter than her. So it was just never in the cards for him. He played basketball all growing up and had dreams. He really wanted to be tall, and just it wasn't in the cards genetically for him. Yay, ding, ding, ding. You get a prize. And so does Stephanie. I don't know. The prize is my admiration.
And my glasses.
You kind of need those. She's not sending you her glasses. That's false advertising. Okay.
Well, then she's put clickbait on her channel.
I put clickbait on my channel.
You said you did it yourself one time. You said you were doing a 24 and 48 challenge, and then you forgot to time it.
Oh, you're calling me out. Yeah, I did not time my 24 and 48. I want to do that at some point, but then I watched Chantel from Chantel Reads All Day do that recently and time it, and I'm like, I don't think I could do it. Maybe I should do a 24 and 72. That feels more reasonable. I'm sorry. I knew that there would be people on here who had not seen Napoleon Dynamite. That's just how it works. I am one of the people where people quote from movies, and I'm like, if it's not a Disney movie, I'm like, I don't know. I didn't watch a ton of movies growing up, and I watch far less now. So it's fine. But I did love Napoleon Dynamite when I was a teenager. One of my most quoted movies as a teenager, Napoleon Dynamite, and then Master of Disguise was one that my family quoted all the time for some reason. And then, well, I guess I was a little older because I think my husband and I weren't married yet, but maybe I was a senior in high school, or maybe I graduated. Nacho Libre. The stupid humor movies are the ones that we quote all the time.
Now that we're talking about movies, who's seen The Emperor's New Groove?
You know, Peter just made a quesadilla. Or a
Yeah.
dang quesadilla. My lips hurt real bad. I need to tell Peter to bring me my chapstick. Aw, thank you. I think they're so fun and they motivate me a lot. I kind of didn't realize it was like Easter weekend and a lot of people will be busy this weekend to have a reading challenge because we don't have family in the area. So it's just us. And then Claire's friends coming over after church tomorrow. So it's not like a big Easter thing. We do like a Easter egg hunt, or actually we did a scavenger hunt this year at our church, but we do it the same day as our dinner, which is the week before Easter. So like Easter Sunday, I don't usually have a ton of plans other than church in the morning. So I'll probably do another reading challenge on my Patreon like later in the month too. So for people who are busy. 24 out of a week. Yeah, that does sound much more doable. Because that still is, several hours a day. Yeah, because you said you were like, what, 5'1"? How are they so much taller than you? That's worse than my older sister and us younger sisters. Oh, you made the suggestion. Did you laugh evilly when you did it? You're like, you've watched that movie? Stephanie, I love you. Most people don't even know what I'm talking about because it wasn't like it was a super popular movie. Peter doesn't like that one as much because he's just not a big Dana Carvey fan, which is fair, but I love The Master of Disguise. I still quote it all the time. Okay, stop. And Jacqueline has watched it too. You guys are my people. You're my people. Yes, The Princess Bride. Claire loves The Princess Bride. Yes. She has seen that one.
Yes.
We need to watch like Master of Disguise and Nacho Libre and Napoleon Dynamite with her because I think she's old enough now that she would appreciate them. But she watched Princess Bride like a year or so ago and really loved it. So,
the rhymes are the best.
Yeah, stop that rhyming now. I mean it.
Anybody want a peanut?
Eat your dinner, you fat lord. Tina's a llama, in case you're wondering. Oh, what did he think? I am super skeptical. I just am because I'm like, Chris Pratt as Mario? I don't know. Peter says that he thinks it looks really good.
Like, people in my class at co-op were talking about it, and they're like,
They
"It
watched
came
it?
out yesterday. I want to go watch it." Everyone was.
Oh, they
a
hadn't
ton of
watched
people
it
were
yet.
saying it.
Your homeschool group.
Yeah.
So you're
That's
God.
hilarious, and I don't even.
It's Napoleon Dynamite, which I do own. I own that one. And Nacho Libre, but I don't own the Master of Disguise. So you have to find out where that's streaming and watch it. We did recently watch The Emperor's New Groove with Claire, and she
Yeah.
really liked it because that's another one that my family quotes all the time. But that is a Disney movie, so it's an underrated one. What do you think, Jess, of Super Mario? Oh, really? Yay! It's a good one. That's okay. It's fine. I think it's hilarious, but I can see it not being humor for everyone. The book is almost identical. There's a few things that are changed, but she hates the kissing scene. Claire's not big in romance either, and I was the opposite as a kid. That was my favorite. It's even like I remember being in like kindergarten and first grade, and like my favorite scenes were like the kissing scenes at the end. And now you see the face she just made. And now I am just like so like any book that has romance, I'm like, why does this need to be here? Some are okay. Some are okay, but I'm not a fan anymore. It's really funny. He loved it. Okay, great. Yeah, that's my thing is that, but I don't know. I don't know. I have mixed feelings on that one. And I like him. I just don't know about Mario. Wrong lover. Does anyone else's family like grow up with movies like Disney movies and you quote like the weird parts of it and like no one knows what you're talking about unless they're like super fans? Because my little sister and I all the time quote the part where like they're at the dinner and like he's supposed to be giving like the poison to Cusco and Yzma's got her broccoli and she's just and he's like, more broccoli? And my younger sister and I all the time are like, more broccoli? Like, no one's gonna get that quote. It's not like a common quote. It's just funny. Well, that's hilarious. It's like switched. Your daughter's good people, Marcy. Squeak, squeaker, squeak, squeaking. Oh, good. We quote weird stuff like Beauty and the Beast when like Belle is talking to her dad about Gaston and he's trying to fix something in his shop and he's like, what about that Gaston? He's a handsome fella. And she's like, oh Papa, he's not for me. And we just randomly say that. And I don't know why. Why is that the part my family decided to latch onto? I don't know. Deep cuts. Oh. Yes. Where he's up against the wall and he's got his theme song. He's like, yes. Know exactly what you're talking about. Oh my gosh. I didn't know that existed. I love Cary Elwes. He was Courtney will know. He's in some episodes of Psych. And he was so good in Psych because I'm like, it's Wesley. I know it's not. He's like an art thief or something, but I love him. I just love him. The lack of accent made sense. Okay, because that's my issue. That's the issue for me. Everything else looks good. And I love the nods to all the games and like Mario Kart and all that stuff. So, yes, we quoted that too. Yep. I knew my one Psych fan on here would get that. Oh man, I'm adding that right now to my Goodreads TBR so I don't forget because I just didn't even know that was a thing. I love The Princess Bride so much. Inconceivable Tales from the Making of The Princess Bride. You're going to want to read it too. Thank you for sharing. You guys are the best. Now we should really do some sprints.
I'm like halfway through this. Maybe I could finish this in the sprint.
You probably could if you made it halfway through the first sprint. We'll do another 30 minutes. You want to do the ticker
Yes.
again? Ticker. Oh my gosh. It's 8:55. We can just do till 25 again. Exactly the same.
Woo!
We're so cool. Okay. Happy reading, guys. We'll see you in a little bit.
And welcome back, my friends.
How did everyone do? I read a chapter in an interlude in Words of Radiance, and then I read 2 chapters of Middlemarch, so I switched part of the way through. How are you doing on yours?
I had to leave for a little bit, so
She's got that much left, so she didn't finish it.
yeah.
She had to go get ready for bed, so.
Yeah. I'm ready for bed now.
Yeah, but she's still hanging out, and there's her PJs. Oh, goodness. Velocity weapon.
Ooh.
That sounds epic, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Velocity weapon. I love it. Courtney read 3 chapters of The Blue Castle. Man, you are so productive, Kelly.
Yeah.
Not only did you listen to a book, but you did dishes, laundry, and picking up. You go, girl.
Yeah.
In part 1 of Way of Kings now. Just met my 3rd set of people. It's a lot at first. It does get better, though. Promise. Like, it's so expansive. Please stop doing that. You're moving the laptop. It is so expansive. Takes a while to adjust. Oh, it's a space opera. That's fun. Rainey was working on her cross stitch and finished a color and then read to the end of a Wives and Daughters chapter. Good job. Which cross stitch are you working on tonight? The one for your dad or Jane Eyre or something else? She's got some cool cross stitches. I probably showed you some of them before. 30 more pages done. Wow. Good job. 30 pages. That's like a page a minute. I feel your pain. 8 pages of Barchester Tower. Good job. The one for your dad. You're getting close to that one. And you finished another color. You must feel like celebrating. That's a big cross stitch. 12 more. Yay. Are you still enjoying it, Penny? Are you still invested? I'm very curious about that one, so I can't wait to hear what your final thoughts are on it whenever you finish it. So let's see. Oh, already at the halfway point. That's like a sequel to Interview with the Vampire, right? Right? Maybe? I haven't read that, but you're flying through those books. Chapter 5. Good job, Kim. Lindsay read 15 pages. Good. That's awesome. I didn't count how many pages I did this one. I just counted chapters. I should be counting pages, though, because I'm doing a page count reading challenge, so I really should. 76%. Yay, Rainey. Why are we both clapping like this?
I can't stop. Help! That was a close one.
Ate dinner, listened to a podcast, and read a section of Louise Perry's book. Look at you. What'd you have for dinner, Christy? Christy's always eating the best stuff. I'm always hungry when I talk to Christy. And I'm always hungry when I watch Christy's vlogs. Especially the one where she made homemade ramen. Oops, clicked the wrong one. Okay, that's what I thought. No one is likable. Well, yeah. So for me, sometimes books that have no likable characters, I struggle with them. It's kind of what happened with Gone with the Wind for me, that I was just like, but sometimes it's okay. Like, The Picture of Dorian Gray was just not, like, none of those characters were likable. But I love that book, so it just depends on the book. That was close.
It was.
I didn't even realize you said that. The drama. Oh, the drama.
Drama.
Then you probably enjoy reading Gone with the Wind, because it's got plenty of that. So, which I think you've read it before, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. The eyebrow. We do that to each other all the time. We'll have a song playing and we'll like raise our eyebrows to the beat of the song. It's great. Oops. I keep clicking on the wrong thing. 2 air-fried chicken legs and spinach salad with candy heart grapes. You want some candy heart grapes? Christy said they're really good.
Yes, please.
Claire
help
loves
again.
fruit. Oh, no. Oh, no. You were a teen. Okay. I thought it had been a long time since you'd read it, but I thought you had mentioned reading. I mean, it does take place in Georgia, so it's, you know, practically in your backyard. Actually, I don't know. I'm trying to remember exactly where in Georgia. It may not be super close to you. What are you doing?
Nothing. Okay, I'm going to do a magic trick. So, you see how my thumb's right there? Now watch this.
Wow. How is she doing that? Atlanta, 2 hours away. Okay. Yeah. I knew that, like, I didn't know exactly where you lived in the state in relation to other larger cities that it takes place in. Because, yeah, it's kind of like, you know, my husband's family is from Massachusetts. And I say that I'm from Massachusetts, even though I lived all over growing up. But, like, we didn't live close to Boston. We lived in the western half of the state. So everyone's like, oh, you don't have a Boston accent. It's like, because we're not from Boston.
Can anyone guess how?
Oh, look at this. Look at Stephanie's mind is blown. You see the emoji? Okay. Please do.
My friend Maddie taught me how to make that trick.
Yep,
I
man.
was fooled for a split second, and I'm like, oh wait, I know how she did that.
Yeah, her friend was over here earlier this week.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things they were doing along with making some videos.
We never did. Or
Yes, you did.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And Peter was part of it, wearing his toupee. So you may have seen the pictures that I posted of the animals in the toupee.
I wasn't thinking about that one. I was thinking about the dancing ones. Mad Dog and Eclair's dancing.
Yeah. No, it was another one. Peter was the jailer in their little skit, and he was wearing that toupee. He has another video that he and Claire did that is his campaign ad, and Claire did the voiceover for it. And my husband shaves his head, for those of you who may not have seen him before. So the fact that he's wearing a toupee that only covers like this much, and it's not even his hair color, it's like a light brown. He has hair that's dark as mine. It's just hilarious.
Yes.
Yes, the animals and toupees.
Gus looks better.
Yeah, I did like a who wore it better, and everyone except 2 people said that the dog wore it better than the cat. Which is fair. It actually matches Gus's fur pretty well. And Claire put it on this dramatic portrait mode when she took the picture. It's great.
Yeah, I love that spotlight portrait mode.
Yeah.
I love it.
It looked like an 80s portrait. It was great. I was like, I just need to superimpose like another picture of him like looking down and like make it kind of translucent. What are you doing?
I want to see if I can do the show.
Go ahead. Gus got my vote.
Oh yeah, I want to do the show comments thing now.
All right, Claire's in charge of the comments. Yeah.
It's all about toupees now.
You guys might enjoy the campaign ad.
Okay.
His name was Bobby in the campaign.
I want to act it out for you. But
No. In case I ever share it with anyone.
Yeah.
The galaxy, that would have worked too. Or like he's like in a wine glass and people are looking. I don't know. Have you seen those ones, like the wedding ones where it's got the picture of the bride and groom and they're like in a wedding glass, but then like the translucent or transparent ones are like looking down. Good night, Penny. Happy Easter. I'm sure I'll talk to you some more tomorrow. I think we could do one more sprint before we're done. Probably.
The comments for a little longer.
You like being in charge of the comments?
Yes. Everyone comment as much as you can.
Spam. Claire's enjoying this.
Yes.
Well, you could probably finish your book in the next sprint, couldn't you? How much left? How much do you have left? How many pages?
I don't know. 130. I'm at 135, and there are 159 pages. So
Yeah, so like 20 something pages.
yeah. Oh, there's another comment. And another one.
We're helping you
Valid.
be productive today. Oh, look at that spam comment.
Oh,
Sprint. I have wine now. It's gonna be a good sprint. It's gonna be a good last sprint. My daughter is looking for a standalone fantasy. If anyone has any recommendations,
what about The Last Mapmaker?
I did just read The Last Mapmaker, which is a middle grade fantasy, and Claire loved it a lot. I'm trying to think. No, that's not a standalone. The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axio is like rooted in Korean mythology and folklore.
Sorry
I
for
super
switching the
love that one.
comment, but oh, I'm gonna switch again. Sorry.
Yeah, Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea it's YA. But I liked the Korean mythology and folklore elements to it. I thought it was really cute. I'm trying to think of other standalone fantasies. Anyone else have any recommendations? I'm sure someone else does. I'm sure. Do you have more? Oh, Sweep.
Yes.
Sweep by Jonathan Auxier. She may have read that. That's really popular. Girl Who Drank the Moon. I have not read that one yet. Heard good things.
The Island of Dr. something. I can't remember.
Libris?
Yes. It's
by Chris. What's his name?
Chris Grabenstein or something?
He wrote Mr. Limoncello's Library, so that's another middle grade. Stephanie says Race to the Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse is a middle grade Navajo-inspired fantasy. That sounds super cool. I love when fantasies have elements from other cultures. That's totally my jam. Priory of the Orange Tree, Warbreaker, Elantris. Warbreaker and Elantris are both Brandon Sanderson, so I would say that those are both. If you're looking for like a clean adult fantasy, that definitely would be. I haven't read Priory of the Orange Tree, but yes! We both freaked out. Like, oh my gosh.
Okay, thank you so much.
Orion and the Starboard was my favorite middle grade of last year. And she probably hasn't read that because it's like through an indie pub house, Owl's Nest Publishing. And it's incredible. Oh, it's technically not a standalone though. It's the only one out right now, but I think it's going to be like a trilogy. So, but it's the only one out right now. I loved it so much. Project Hail Mary. I haven't read that one, but heard great things.
Oh, and speaking of which,
Krista's already on it. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I feel like I have been reading so much fantasy lately. Maybe this is spoilery. I just No, I put it up. Never mind. My top 5 books for the first quarter. 4 of the 5 were fantasies. And I'm like, ooh, who am I? Just loved Project Hail Mary. I can't speak. It's the same guy who wrote The Martian. I've heard good things about The Martian too. Haven't read either of them. Sweep and the Chris Grabenstein one. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I totally get that. It doesn't have to be adult. It could be middle grade YA or adult as long as it's clean. It's for her 17-year-old daughter. Dragon Slippers. Claire loved Dragon Slippers.
Help.
And also Claire also loved Tuesdays at the Castle. Those are series too, though. Dragon Slippers and Tuesdays at the Castle, and what's the other one with the horse? It's the same author, Jessica George. Why are you?
I just gotta have more comments.
Okay, no, just stop.
I won't do any more.
She wants to put her own comments up there. What other? I'm trying to think of other like standalones. It is.
Yes.
It's a trilogy.
Yeah.
It's a trilogy.
There's Dragon Slippers, Dragon Spear. I can't remember. Dragonflight and then Dragon Spear.
Dragonflight and then Dragon Spear. Okay. Yep. And then there was the legacy one with the horses, but that was a trilogy also. Those are all middle grade. Oh a Howl's Moving Castle. I haven't read that one yet, but yeah, that would be a good one. Yes, you do. I would love to hear what you think of those. With great power comes great responsibility. That means you can't just type in comments. You're
Just one more.
responsible.
Just one more. It's the best comment you will ever see. I promise. Please, one more.
All right.
Yes.
The best comment I'll ever see. That is a lot to live up to. I will not. I'm not looking. I was gonna say 6 Crimson Cranes, but that's a duology. That's not a standalone. That was fun. Also rooted in Asian mythology. Why is it so hard to think of like standalone fantasies? Because so many of them are not standalones. They're series. So, I don't know. Oh, actually, I've heard Brandon Sanderson's newest book, Tress of the Emerald Sea. That would probably be good because I've heard it's like kind of fairy tale-esque. I don't know if she likes fairy tale type stuff. It's not actually like a fairy tale retelling or anything, but I've heard good things about that one. I have it right now. My friend loaned it to me, and I feel #blessed over that. I probably would have a lot of like fairy tale retelling recommendations. Ancient mythology. Okay. Ancient mythology.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep up. I'm
Pretty
almost done.
sure. No,
What?
do not.
Fine, I'll change it to.
Yeah, change it to something else. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the companion to why can't I remember? Where the Mountain Meets the Moon. Ancient mythology, all I'm thinking of is Rick Riordan, but his like because he has an Egyptian one, but that is not. That's like a trilogy or longer. And we a lot of times want to stay in that world. Echo, yeah, I guess that is a fantasy component, but that's much more historical fiction, probably. Sword of Kaigan, the violence is kind of intense in that, like really intense. And there is a scene of sexual assault as well. I did just read that one. But it's not graphic. Like, I didn't think it was super graphic anyway, but. Oh, yeah. I don't know either. I haven't read those either. Amber and Clay. Okay. I haven't even heard of that one. Yeah, let's see. Greek mythology fantasy. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe if she could find some that are more like companion novels, then it's different. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be together. Yes, it is. And I'm pretty sure it's a standalone. My friend that loaned me Tress got it and is already reading it. It's something about some sort of wizardry thing. And she said it so far doesn't seem to be connected to anything Cosmere related. The Hobbit, yeah, if she's looking for something classic. Yeah. Lots of good suggestions. I knew you guys would come through. We got some big fantasy readers in the comments right now. So it's very helpful. I wish Dia was still here. Dia reads a lot of YA fantasy. Oh, well, that would be a series. I know she loves like Tad Williams books, which is kind of like middle grade YA, like kind of bridges that. So what? Go ahead. Go ahead. Click it up on the screen. Okay. That's the best comment I've ever seen. That's what she said.
The other one was going to be better, but you stopped me from putting it up.
Yeah, more consensus on The Hobbit. Claire loves The Hobbit.
I did a literature fair project on it.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to do another sprint? Let's do another sprint, and then we'll be done because it's getting late for us East Coasters, especially small children. She's not small. She's actually closer to 11 than she is to 10. She's not small.
Also, I have like I also don't really have a bedtime. I'm supposed to be in my bedroom and ready for bed at 8, but I don't really have a bedtime. So.
We don't even really follow the 8 rule anymore. That was for a while. So Just kind of whatever. All right, so we'll come back at 10:15 or 15, depending on what time zone you're in. And yeah, we will.
Boom.
We'll see you soon. Hello. Welcome back from the last sprints.
The ticker is gone.
We
so you know.
lost some people on our last sprint. Alyssa's here, though. Hi, Alyssa. That was our last sprint, but you were here for some of it. Jacqueline left. Jess left. Christy left.
Aww.
So we lost some people.
We've
but
got 12 people
how
still
did-
here.
Yeah, how did everyone else do on this last sprint?
I'm doing the comments still.
I read a chapter in Middlemarch and a chapter and a half of Words of Radiance. I switched back to that. Still here, but got distracted. So did you not switch to another book? Yeah.
I finished Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I mean, Great Glass Elevator.
Yeah, she finished the whole book tonight on reading.
Oh.
And then she switched to Dominoes when she finished.
Yeah.
Things are going down. Oh, that's cool. Which author? That's so cool. I love it. 15 more pages. Nice progress.
Comments are coming up so fast.
25 pages of Barchester Towers. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good for that sprint. You're drawing close to the end. You might be closer to the end than me at this point. I'm not really sure, though. Laundry folded and chapters listened to. You have been so productive tonight. So impressive.
Whoa. The comments just...
It's the daughter of the author of the book. Who's going to read? Yeah, sure. Sure, it counts. Finished chapter 1 of Way of Kings and switched to a Christian fiction. Oh, cool. Cool. Yeah, that was a lot of pages. You've read a lot tonight, Marcy. 29 pages in a sprint.
That's why
is really
we have
good.
these sprints, probably.
It is why we have these sprints. It's fun to hang out and do it. So, Olathorns. The Olathorns, like that whole like fate time, like in that book was just, I really enjoyed that. I found I really like when like fates happen and like everything just blows up. That happened in Demons too. And it's just fun. Nikki Henslin. Oh, I've heard you talk about London Lovett. Yay. Well, this has been fun. I've enjoyed hanging out with you guys tonight. Probably about
There are
time
more
for
comments.
us to go to bed.
Oh,
Church
never
tomorrow.
mind.
Mm-hmm.
That does
So-
on for a second.
It was fun to have my little guest Claire with me tonight. I know she
Yes.
enjoyed doing the comments. Reading more leads to reading faster or listening faster. That's really good. Claire can read really fast too.
Yeah.
She reads a lot faster than I do.
I mean, like this. I mean,
she doesn't read quite that fast, but she does read really
I
fast.
didn't want to like. I had to take it slower because then it just would have been, you know.
Would have gone too fast. Happy
Yeah.
Easter to you too. Hope you guys have a wonderful Easter tomorrow. Eat some good food, maybe. I'm making an untraditional pot roast for Sunday dinner tomorrow.
Mhm.
I agree. I used to read a lot more volume-wise than I do now. Well, thank you everyone for coming. I hope you have a great evening and a great Easter, and I'll talk to you guys later. Say bye.
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 Oh, oh, oh.